Hi, today is August 10th, 2025, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 1232 for the year, Hide and Seek. When I go to the Whitney, I'll usually check out American Totem before I leave. It's in the Whitney's permanent collection, and it's one of the few paintings by Norman Lewis with which I'm familiar. But when I don't go to the Whitney, like when I'm home twiddling my thumbs, hoping to derive some inspiration from an abstract painting, I might Google Lewis's name and see what I see. The last time I did this, I saw Hide and Seek, a Norman Lewis oil painting from the 1960s. I don't know what, if anything, was hiding in the painting, so I don't know what, if anything, I was meant to seek, but I know what I saw. Poem number 1233, What I Saw. What I saw in Lewis's Hide and Seek was clement weather trying to push itself away from the inclement. White clouds covering blue skies, and dark, ominous wisps of black and purple threatening to overwhelm the canvas and plunge it into a storm. Of course, in saying this, I'm imposing a representational interpretation onto a work of abstraction, and I'd be lying if I said I don't feel bad about doing that. But I don't feel bad about doing that, and I am lying. Poem number 1234, Stupid Money. Connecticut has a plethora of quaint motherfucking towns. If I were 102, or if I made stupid money and had an insatiable desire to avoid paying New York City income tax, I might be tempted. A move to Greenwich could save $70,000 annually on $1 million of income. But I'd like to think that if I made that kind of money, I'd feel like a dick moving to Connecticut to save $70,000. But I don't know. There may be something about making stupid money that somehow cuts off your ability to recognize your dickishness. Poem number 1234, The Sound It Sounds Like. The sound it sounds like when the lights are off. The sound it sounds like when the bodies are glistening. The sound it sounds like when the oak tree coughs. The sound it sounds like when no one is listening. The sound it sounds like when there's no one around. The sound it sounds like in another city. The sound it sounds like when it's underground. The sound it sounds like when the leaves are pretty. The sound it sounds like when the snow is falling. The sound of an empty pitcher's mound. The sound it sounds like when it's missed its calling. The sound it sounds like when there is no sound. Poem number 1236, Fear. The fear felt like it ought to be afraid, yet the fear felt like there was nothing to fear. If the fear believed that fear had a face, fear would have laughed in the face of fear. Instead, fear went to a comedy club and got a table right up at the front, and the fear had no fear that any of the comics would single fear out for crowd work. Because while it is true that the fear had no fear, there were many comics and many other people who were terrified of fear. Poem number 1237, The Laughter. Laughter followed the fear into the comedy club, and while the fear had no fear whatsoever, laughter was very afraid that none of the comics would be funny and that there would be nothing to laugh at. And in fact, none of the comics were funny, and so there was nothing to laugh at. But neither laughter nor the fear were afraid to laugh at nothing, so it turned out to be a lovely evening for both of them. That should be called laughter, not the laughter. And last poem of the day, poem number 1238, Haiku Are Easy, Part 50. Comedy is futile. Futility is hopeful. Hope is comedic. And that's it. And that's it. And that's it. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you.